Greetings all, this is Will Man, coming to you live from Toledo, Ohio on October 30th, 2016, 10:15 p.m. It is Devil's Night, the eve of Halloween, or the eve before Halloween. It's a pretty dark one tonight. Didn't even really see the sun today. It was very cloudy all day today here in Toledo, Ohio. Just wanted to go live for a moment as I drive through the city and just say hi to everybody. Remind everybody that we must be careful tomorrow. It's a nice holiday, but it can be taken advantage of too. We have almost 8 days left until the election now. I haven't looked at any of the poll ratings or anything, but I believe that it's all rigged anyway. No matter who wins, Donald or Hillary, it's there's still the people who are in charge are still remaining in charge, so that doesn't truly matter to me. I may vote just to vote and see if my vote does make a difference. I'm definitely not voting for Hillary, so there we have it's not worth. So hope everybody's doing well. Nothing too crazy going on in this neck of the woods. I'm actually making a trip to Walmart here in town, and I want to see if they got their pumpkins on sale yet. Buy a couple of pumpkins last minute for $1 or $2. They always start doing things on sale. Light's gonna change here. Debating on which way I want to go. It's getting pretty chilly here. It's probably in the low 50s all day. It rained for a good portion of the beginning of the day. I was sort of surprised. It always seems to be rainy on my days off. I want to talk about this Devil's Night. This earth is I don't want to say playground, but there are many different spirits, entities, different life forms that roam this realm, and many realms like this realm. And on the night of Devil's Night and Halloween, these holidays, they're supposed to be a special night and day, when these certain portals open up and allow these darker entities, these demons and goblins and ghosts, creatures of the night, these kind of things, they lurk and they creep into our reality, our existence, from other dimensions, I believe. I mean, they do this all the time anyway, but on Halloween and Devil's Night, it's just more common. It's like the gates are wide open for everybody, not just the really evil ones that are super powerful. Just, I don't know. Just trying to show you some Halloween lights, but there doesn't really seem to be too many in this area. I don't really know why I went live. I just wanted to go live, It's Devil's Night. Not really doing nothing crazy. Didn't really go to any Halloween parties this year. I went to the local zombie crawl. If you guys follow my feed, you saw that. That was pretty cool. I went dressed as Jesus Christ, if you didn't see it. It's basically a pub crawl. You go crawling around. They tear down a whole street, downtown Toledo. And you basically just go pub to pub, and you can just walk down the street, drinking beer, whatever. Pretty interesting experience. Just another way for a lot of the artists to express themselves here in Toledo. There's definitely a lot of artists here in this town. Like in a lot of towns, art never really went away. It just sort of changed its meaning. It got repressed a little bit there, 70s, 80s, and 90s, but it's making a comeback in this new millennium, just like a lot of things. Since don't really have anybody in here, it doesn't look like. I've been watching this thing called Stranger Things. I know a lot of people have been watching it. It's a TV series, an original Netflix TV series. They only got 8 episodes on it right now, but it seems pretty interesting. And I watched all 8 episodes, and I was pretty intrigued. If you haven't watched it, spoiler alert, I'm gonna go in depth, I guess, right now. The story is about a small town, I think Indiana, and it's about a group of boys, really, grade schoolers, middle schoolers, I think, maybe, like 7th graders, 6th graders, something like that, and pre-puberty, they're still playing imaginary games, and these group of boys play Dungeons and Dragons, D&D, role-playing adventure game. It's a strategic game, nonetheless, but you have to use your mind. It's a imaginative game, like many role-playing games in that era. So anyway, the story goes, there was a doctor doing experiments in the vicinity, and something bad happened. He gave it too much juice, and it basically exploded. And this other dimension, they basically created a portal to another dimension, and this other dimension started sort of like just, basically they ripped a hole in time and space. They were trying to keep it under wraps, but they were also trying to explore this dimension. So what they decided to do was to take children and place them into this dimension. But from what I gathered from it, they use a method called remote viewing, where they put a person in a saltwater tank, and basically it neutralizes all the senses, and then you can use your mind to, it's called astral project, and what that does is it allows your spirit to basically leave your carbon base, your body, your flesh suit. So you're literally you're leaving your flesh suit with your spirit, and you're traveling realms basically with your spirit. Now this is what the little girl does in the TV show, and she goes into this other dimension that it broke into. So you can think it's science fiction, but truly this is reality. We live in a day and age where there are multiple books out, a lot of different sources you can look into, but personally this hits me personal because I have been studying and practicing astral projection for quite some time now. Since 2012 is when I started my awakening, and it's led me this far. And now to see this TV show come out and sort of like draw similarities to these things. So basically this little girl astral projects into this dimension, and what she comes across is a dark monster-like creature who wants to consume her. It's sort of uncertain what really happens. I don't want to spoiler the whole series for you, but basically the group of boys lose one of their best friends. He gets like taken into this dimension, and the little girl escapes the facility where this doctor is running these experiments. So, long story short, the boys run into the girl, and she has supernatural powers. Like, for one to possess the ability to astral project, you must be that of a psychic, and be in tune with that kind of work. So at a young age, she was subjected to nothing but this. And it gets in detail with this. I guess the mother was under the assumption that she lost the child in the third trimester, and the child was taken from her body, and apparently continued the growth process in a synthetic embryo, and was then brought into the world and raised, the way the doctor, the father, saw fit, and basically created the perfect super soldier. And that heightened her sixth sense, well, all of her senses, really. So she has mind control powers, and telepathy, all kinds of stuff. Power over magnets. You'll see if you watch the series. It's called Stranger Things. If you're just tuning in, is what I'm talking about. And it's all about other dimensions and astral projection and whatnot. So, where was I? So yeah, watch this show. I mean, it's intriguing, but the whole monster aspect of it, basically, is, yeah, we can out of this dimension that we're in. We can leave Earth. We can leave this 3D realm with our spirits. That's possible. I do that on a basis. But what it's saying is there are demons and monsters out there in those dimensions, but they travel here just like we can go there. And when they're here, they do things, bad things, dark things. And I believe that is the case tonight on Devil's Night, October 30th. Yeah. So here we are, driving down Corey Road behind looks like a flatbed. He's hauling something. Can't tell, it's so fucking dark out. Don't know where the moon is tonight. He's taking up 2 lanes. He's from Iowa. The fuck is he running on? I got a flashlight, but I don't want to spook him. You guys see this? So Stranger Things, it's just I don't know. It's just more. It's more for me to make belief that what I've been studying is true, you know. So I guess I'll go into that within a few short minutes here. So I am almost to my destination, Walmart. But oh no, it's a big rig. Look at that shit. He's carrying a bunch of shit. Iowa. I don't know where he's going. I'm not following his ass, but jump around. Check this out. Dude's from Iowa. Let's see if we can't get it. Yeah, he's running a nice rig. Alright, so basically in the 1970s they gave certain individuals in the U.S. military, I believe it was the Army, LSD, acid, and it was to enhance their psychic abilities, and then they were trained to do something called remote viewing, also known as astral projection. Also, they learned how to basically perform telepathy, I believe mind reading, mind influencing, where you into like Jedi mind tricks. They could do many things with the mind and with the spirit. If you look at the movie Men Who Stare at Goats, there's a lot of truth behind that story. It's just placed in the wrong time era. I believe they did that on purpose. But there's a lot of similarities can be drawn from Men Who Stare at Goats. That was one of the beginning parts of my journey. But there's a lot of truth to what I talk. I mean, I am a psychic. I have heightened senses. And I also practice remote viewing and astral projection, and a lot of other lucid dreaming techniques. But so in the 70s, it was in the trial basis, along with other projects like Project Paperclip, Project Blue Book. You know, all those things that were transpiring in the 70s and 80s. Up until the 90s, basically everything was dropped and reanalyzed in the 90s, and basically the Bush administration did a lot to that stuff. What I like to believe is he stopped a lot of different things for the fundings, took all that money and focused it elsewhere, started a whole lot of new things, and that's where we're at today. And we don't really know a lot about that stuff, but there is a lot of information there. So here's my Walmart. It's still a Walmart, no FEMA-like kind of stuff yet. But I'm not going to go live inside or anything, but I have noticed I will upload a hard copy video later maybe of the racks. Every single rack inside has a lip. They sit a bit off of the ground. They don't sit flush with the ground. Now you might say, well, what is the importance of this? Well, I'll tell you. What they could do is take these giant floor pallet jacks, and I've seen these. I've seen the rows moved. I've watched them do this. They go underneath an entire row with a team of about 6 to 8 guys. They put these pallet jacks right underneath the racks and they'll jack them up, and they just lift and push the entire row at once. It's like I don't even know how long the Walmart's rows are. but that's a ridiculous amount of racks and shelves. So just think, they just roll these pallet jacks, right underneath these shelves. So if they have a lip off the ground, it makes it easier, to transport. So in a matter of hours, they can empty a Walmart out with these giant bay doors they can open up. The train tracks that lead right up to every single Walmart. Cargo trucks, these giant parking lots. There's so many different methods they could use. So it just adds a little bit, Oh yeah, we upgraded our shelving, to make it more economical, or to just make it look cleaner, or whatever. But no, there's a reason. It's to be able to move multiple racks fairly quickly, so that they can empty out the merchandise, so that they can make floor space quickly. Because it will be a quick flip of a switch when martial law goes into effect, folks. And it's a matter of days, I think weeks, months, not years. No, it's been a matter of years. For the past 20 years, my entire existence, they've been talking about, something happening and shit hitting the fan and this and that. Well, it's come up to it, we're here, we're living it. This is the Revelations. Read your Bible. A lot of things are happening right now. So, we must repent, we must be humble, and spread the word. Be the light in the darkness. Fight the demons you see on a daily basis. Cast them back to the shadows of hell. They have no power and strength when you are around. That is how we win the fight. I'm going to be doing a lot more about this astral projection stuff if you're interested. So subscribe. I'll probably go live later. Do a little Halloween thing on my computer. Something cool. I don't know. I'm just going to go in here for a moment. Do some shopping, some browsing. I'm going to look for a nice little pumpkin. Alright guys, much love. Thank you for tuning in. Be safe. This is Will Man, Toledo, Ohio. Devil's Night, October 30th. Peace.